There are stars in the southern sky, southward as you go. There is moonlight and moss in the trees, down the seven bridges road. Now I loved you like a baby, like some lonesome child, and I loved you in the same way, and I love you wild. Sometimes there's far to be as you turn from here and go, running like a child from these warm stars, down the seven bridges road. There are stars in the southern sky, and if ever you decide you should go, there is a taste of time, sweet honey, down the seven bridges road.
Here we are, Wednesday night, live Facebook.
I know.
Cha-cha-cha. Awesome folks here, awesome folks. Thank you so much for joining us. We have this amazing, I think amazing is actually not a great word. I mean, that seems like
We'll take it.
not enough justice. Like, epically awesome band of musicians that are here. The band is Jester, and we are going to hear so many awesome things tonight. Some stories. We're going to cook with, I hear he's famous.
Excellent.
Is he excellent? You've all been at his home, and he like makes epic food.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna make some epic
Explains
food.
as he goes what he's doing.
Does
He's-
he?
yeah,
Like
it's fun.
educational and everything?
It's
yeah.
so
Oh,
good
I
we
love
leave
it.
feeling bad about ourselves. Like, no, it's good.
All right, so introduce yourselves quickly,
That's our day
and then
job.
we're
That's
gonna
our
get
day
on to
job.
like the chef part of it with Paul Lamb over here. Looking
All right,
nervous.
we're
Getting
gonna-
nervous.
We're getting out of the way.
Okay, no, say who you are first. And where are you from, and what's your day job? Because this is a side gig.
Well, day
Epic
job.
side gig.
Day job. We play in bands.
Bands. Yeah, what
Yeah,
bands
that's
you
all we
playing?
do. Well, so
Or
this
solo
is
gigs or whatever you do.
this whole band is about Laura Connor. She's a new singer here from London, Ontario.
Would be the only girl over here. Yeah.
There's another member of the band too. We sort of have, what would we say, like
You
sort of
excluded
revolving
them?
drummers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just wasn't a lot of room in here. So Chris McFarlane or Barry LeDrew, depending on who's, you
Who's
know.
available.
So Jay and I
Okay.
play in a band called Signal Hill.
Whoop whoop! Big fans.
And you introduce yourself. So
Yeah, Paul Lamb from St. John's, Newfoundland.
Yay! Ginger's excited.
I've
Oh,
been
off
playing for like
Newfoundland.
a long time.
You're off in Newfoundland, but you're not from
Not me.
Newfoundland.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Edward
so,
Hill.
yeah,
London,
I-
Ontario.
Yeah, London, Ontario. Moved here recently, so just looking.
Awesome.
Yeah, not my full time yet, but hopefully.
It's
So.
kind of the purpose of the band, really, is for us to have, because Paul used to be the lead singer of Signal Hill. We've
Yeah,
all
a
been
long
friends
time ago.
for years, right? And Paul's been talking for years about having a band for us.
And having a cooking show.
Yeah.
And that's
And he wants to be a chef. These
It's
are
all
his two
coming
favorite
together.
things.
Pretty much.
And who are you? Come on.
I'm
Famous
Jay. I'm
person.
Jay Metis, and I'm in Signal Hill as well.
Adam says he's the funniest of the group.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
There's a lot of stuff you can't
Yes, you are.
put on the air.
We're
That's the
not
problem.
talking about certain things. There's a whole list of things we're not allowed to talk about.
That's all my material is gone now. Yeah, nothing.
All right, so go off to the side. We'll call you back in a bit and we'll chat.
All right.
Paul Lamb, come on. Thank you. It was awesome.
It's a Chef Paul Lamb thing.
I know, Chef Paul Lamb. I even got a little apron with a little pink logo button
Got
on.
me an
Come on,
apron?
get your apron on.
All right, I'm in.
All right.
What do I
So
gotta
I
do?
hear you're a bit of a foodie.
I like food, yeah. Yeah, I do. I love food.
You were really not helpful in this whole process of, what would you like to eat? Do you have a favorite cuisine? What do you? Oh no, I've pretty much cooked everything. He
I
said
cook
to me, I was
everything,
like,
but I
what?
just, I don't know. You're a chef.
Yeah,
I'm a musician.
There's
I like
lots
to cook.
of chefs.
Right?
I sing sometimes.
Do you?
Yeah.
In the shower.
In the shower, I have a little acoustic guitar.
Do you?
Little piano. Yeah.
I
Make
tried
it happen.
cooking in the shower one time. It didn't work too
No.
well.
All right, so you gave me sort of carte blanche to
Okay.
cook a dish.
Yep.
You said you like Italian,
I do.
so I went to like one of my most classic Italian dishes.
Okay.
Pasta carbonara.
Perfect.
Do you know the history? Do you
No,
know,
I
do you know
wanna-
what it
I wanna
is?
hear what the history
You want to hear
is.
what it is?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So
I do.
this is like one of the most screwed up Italian dishes.
Yeah. I
You
believe that.
probably had it. A lot of restaurants mess it up.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
Mhm.
We have our pasta. Tonight we're going to use a linguine.
Yep.
Extra long linguine.
Nice.
Woo, woo. We're going to have eggs.
Eggs.
Parmesan cheese. You could use pecorino
Parmesan
if you
cheese.
wanted to.
Love it.
Olive oil, salt, pepper, a little greens here. But the key to this is
What's
this.
this? It looks like pancetta,
Woo! It's not though.
but it's not.
It's called guanciale.
Guanciale.
Guanciale!
Guanciale!
Chip-chop-chop
I love it.
guanciale! And so
Love guanciale.
I told you what this was, but I
Yeah.
will refresh your memory. This is the jowls that are cured like ham. So it's
Oh.
super soft. It's not smoky like bacon,
No.
but it's super soft. It's got all this luscious fat. It tends to be much fattier than you would get in a pancetta. But there's only like a couple places you can get this in the city, and probably a lot of you might not be able to get it in your hometown.
Yeah.
If you can't get it, you can use pancetta.
Yeah.
So that would be like a good substitution.
good substitution.
But this nice soft fat is going to render down in the pan, and it's going to coat the noodles.
Perfect.
And then we're going to add in the sauce, and there's no cream.
I can't believe
See,
that.
I
thought,
know.
I thought there was cream.
Everybody
I
says,
even
"Oh
said
yeah,
it.
cream." No
I thought
cream.
the eggs went with the cream.
Nope, no cream.
Yeah.
The egg yolks, they sort of cook up and coagulate, and the
Yeah.
Parmesan cheese in there, and it's this creamy, gooey,
I'm
ooey
liking
mess.
this, yeah.
Okay,
eggs,
comment.
all
Yes,
eggs.
Ginger. Yes,
I don't know
Ginger.
where you got your guanciale.
This guanciale came from our friends at the Italian market,
Love that place.
and my lovely husband picked it up yesterday.
Nice.
I searched around. There's not a lot of places where you can get guanciale. So yeah, so I'm gonna get you chopping right off the bat. I'm not even
Okay.
gonna like give you any directions.
Okay, and you want like little tiny little pieces, like some
No,
slice and then
not
little
too
tiny
big.
pieces?
So this is what you're gonna do.
You show 'em.
We want lardons. So we want something that has a little bit of a bite.
Yeah.
In French, they call it lardon, which is sort of a chunk, often with bacon. So
Quarter
you're gonna
inch.
cut, about that.
Yeah.
So I would say you don't have to cut this whole thing up. So if
Okay.
you cut half of it, and then
Yeah.
when you get to this point, we're gonna cut those in
Strips.
half.
Yeah.
We want a pretty good chunk in there. It's gonna get crispy.
Oh, okay.
And then you're just gonna chop it
nice.
up like that. Okay.
Perfect, yeah.
You can handle that.
I can do it.
Chef Paul.
I can handle
Chef
it.
Paul. Chef Paul.
I will do that.
All right. So tell me a little bit more about this awesome Jester band that you're in.
Well, you know what? I've been playing for a long time. Like I said, back in Signal Hill, I had a band called Crush for a while. I've been doing a lot of solo stuff, writing songs. I'm doing an album right now. And but I just wanted to have a band where I wasn't the singer. I wanted to play electric guitar.
Collaboration with a whole bunch of cool people.
And I met Laura, and I'm like, well, you know what? This will be awesome. Laura can sing. I'll play electric guitar, sing some harmonies, not be the main focus, and that's exactly what I wanted to do.
That's awesome.
And of course, that's what the boys want to do too. So we figured we'll put it together and do it. And we're doing it.
You're doing it.
We are.
That's exciting. All right.
I know.
I say you're good there. We'll put
Yep.
this back on.
So we have things.
Yeah, a couple comments.
Darcy Blackburn says Chef Lamb.
Darcy Black. Oh yeah,
Love it.
Michelle Proxon thumbs up.
Dar-
Algae look like scrunchies.
yeah. Darcy gave me some deer
Oh,
meat.
they are like scrunchions. If you keep cooking them, they are exactly like scrunchions.
Yeah, gotta love scrunchions from
I know.
Newfoundland, right?
Love it.
Yeah. Have you ever had them?
No.
Come on.
Nope.
You
I've
haven't
only
had
been to
scrunch-
Newfoundland once.
What?
But I don't know if you watch Anthony Bourdain, Parts Unknown.
I
Did you
do.
watch So they just went to Newfoundland last week. Did you see
I saw
that
that.
episode?
I saw
And
there's
they had
some little
scrunchions, and
controversy.
I think I've watched the episode like 6 times.
Yeah.
In the past week, I just loved it. But no, I haven't had scrunchions. I know. We're gonna go. Ginger and I are gonna do a road trip sometime. We're gonna go explore
You need to.
Newfoundland, like 3 weeks in an RV, all the way around the island. That's what you got to do. You can't
Yeah.
just go for 4 days.
Well, you know, everything's very different. Newfoundland is very different all the way around.
I have 4 or 5 people from Newfoundland that work for me.
Yeah. The
It's
whole
a
island.
whole other your ball game.
You're gonna root for Newfoundland.
Not to mention the dialects. I know. You're right. You're
I mean,
right.
I'm from New Brunswick, but there's nothing. You got nothing on Newfoundlanders.
I know, that's good though,
It's
right?
awesome. You guys bring a lot of fun and a lot of energy. Pardon?
Okay.
You are hard workers. All right, so we're gonna have salted boiling water here. I didn't salt it yet.
Okay.
So generally, the rule of thumb, you don't want it too salty,
Right.
but you need it salty enough. So it's 10 grams per liter.
It needs to taste like the Nova Scotia
It
Ocean.
does, like the ocean. So we're just gonna
Right.
fill that in. We got it bubbling here.
What did you say the amount was again?
10 grams per 1 liter.
10 grams,
10 grams
for
of
1
salt
liter.
per 1 liter. Or you could just do this, right?
So for
Burn
the
your
people
finger.
for the people at home
Oh, yeah,
who
it's
don't
salty.
measure
Oh,
in
no, no, more
grams, because there's a
salty.
lot of home cooks, what would you say would be teaspoon or tablespoon?
Okay, so this, I'm gonna guess, is about 4 to 5 liters of water.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna guess you need about 3 tablespoons, right?
See? Perfect.
That's about your secret. Or if you were my mother,
Yeah.
God bless. She's a lovely cook.
Yeah.
She put about a teaspoon in there, and then I'd be coming up behind her putting
I'm
a
the
whole bunch
opposite.
more.
I
Yeah.
put extra salt in everything.
But you have to be careful on that because you can't take it out. You can always add it in the end, right? Yeah.
But I do always put extra salt. I have friends at home that cook, and they go, but my food tastes so bland.
'Cause they
And I
don't
said,
use
you know
salt.
what? Trust me. Dab some salt on it, and you're good to go.
I'm with you.
Fat, butter, salt, cream, any of that stuff, you add it to your food,
I know. It's
delicious.
delicious. I love it. Mwah!
delicious.
All right, so we've got a
Right.
really good olive oil here. We're just
Okay.
gonna add a little bit to this pan, and we're gonna saute up the guanciale.
Guanciale.
Guanciale. That's it.
I gotta
All right.
buy some just so I can say it.
Just so you can say, you can add that right in.
Guanciale.
Turn it down just a tad.
Now, how would you like me to put that in? Just grab it with my
throw
hand
her
in
in the pan.
Perfection.
Right with the hands.
There we go.
We're good to go.
Get in there.
Get
Sizzle
right
away.
in there. I love it.
Sizzle away.
Don't cut yourself. But yeah,
I'll
you
try
need
not
to. Okay. And that's it.
All right.
That's it. We're gonna let that cook up. So you don't want to basically deep fat fry it. If it's super crispy, it's gonna be super chewy. So you want to get a nice little color on the outside, but you still want it to be soft because that's gonna go with the luscious egg sauce, the pasta. It's gonna blend all
Nice.
together, right? Because if it gets too today, I did it a little earlier today, and I gave it to the staff, and I think they were a little chewy. I kind of walked away from the stove, which I've been known to do. Yeah. So really, all we're gonna do is we're gonna saute that off, and we're gonna add our linguine. So again, this is sort of a portion for 2, maybe
Yeah.
a little bit extra. So you're gonna do about 220 grams.
See, that's what you do for a
Yes,
portion
that's
for 2.
right. And these are extra long, so I'm gonna break them in half when we put them in the salted
Oh,
water.
this is the fun part.
Yeah.
Look, the
There we
strength,
go. My wife never
the
brings it
brute
up.
strength.
She like pushes it.
Well, if you push it, then your bottom is cooked way more quickly than your
Right.
top.
Sarah.
Sarah, that's
Yeah.
a lesson
Watch
for
out
you.
for that.
But listen,
I love you, but listen to
You got
Patty
like
and
motion al
Chef
dente.
Paul.
Motion al dente. You don't want that. You
No,
want
you don't.
consistency.
And this is probably going to take 6 to 7 minutes. Once it comes back up to a boil, it shouldn't be very long.
we
And
gotta
that's,
come-
you know, I think we should mention that too, because there are common little tiny mistakes that the person at home who doesn't always cook make, and one of those is overcooking, and that happens with a lot of things.
With everything.
Well, everything. But with pasta, you got to be careful because you really don't want mushy pasta. You really want it to be al dente.
Yes.
As long as it's not crunchy, it's good.
Yes.
But don't overkill it.
And also, if it has a little bit of bite to it, you can pull it out because you're going to end up saucing it. So it's always
It
going to
cooks so
continue to
long.
cook, right?
Right,
It's
that's
just
right.
like meat. Pull it out. If you want to go up 5 more degrees, 10 more degrees, pull it out, let it rest, and it's going to come up to 10.
Yep.
So many questions tonight, Adam.
Yeah.
I was cool. I can't even catch up.
Awesome.
So sorry for not getting everything, but so
Yeah.
our friend Mia Boss is here. She said you
Mia!
had me at fat butter and salt and cream. She's
Woo!
Yep. Uh-huh.
She's keto. She's lovely.
She's coming next. We're cooking pasta carbonara. So
Pasta
what
carbonara.
You're cooking.
And I've never made this dish ever.
I know.
And I love pasta, but I've never made this one.
I looked around. I said,
I'm
I'm going to
excited.
bet that he hasn't done this.
Yep.
And Don
Or
Marie
maybe-
says you're wicked at this.
Oh, okay.
Who
all right.
said that?
Don
says
Marie,
you're wicked at this.
another Newfoundland friend.
Rob Cook's one. Cookie's
So-
watching.
Rob
You
Cook.
can see you're starting to get the fat rendered off here a little
Yeah.
bit. You get a little bit of crispy, but it's staying pretty soft.
Yep.
So I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. We're going to
Just a
let
little
it
bit, so you know.
a little
Like
bit more of
at
that
home,
render out.
don't be afraid. See the smoke? Don't be afraid to smoke when you're cooking.
No.
Sometimes you have to have a little smoke, but you got to keep your eye on it. If you're not trained,
with you.
a timer is very good
timer
to
is
use.
good.
But realistically, I think that.
And don't walk away from the stove like
walk
me.
away from the stove.
That's a bad thing. Bad thing. Bad thing.
But a little bit of smoke is okay because you want to sear stuff and get a little color in there, and it also caramelizes the sugars and makes it taste better, doesn't it?
Paul, maybe you should come
Patty,
host.
Patty,
Wow.
Come on, don't
Okay, I'm coming. Oh,
chef,
yeah,
all
Chef
chef.
Paul all the
Mushky,
way.
mushky, mushky, mushky. Like stuff with knives flying everywhere.
All right, so the sauce. This is where it gets
All right.
controversial.
This is what I'm waiting for the whole
Controversial. Everybody thinks there is cream in pasta carbonara. There
Yeah.
is not cream.
time. I love this.
Not cream.
Not cream.
So we have a bowl.
Bowl.
We have 2 whole eggs,
Eggs.
cracked in here. No shells, Chef Paul. No shells.
Crack no shells?
No
Let's
shells.
see if I can
Okay,
do it.
so
I'm going to do this.
solid
way. See,
surface
I
is-
do solid surface like this and
Yeah.
just go like
Oh,
that.
you do one hand. See, then you risk breaking it. But
Did
that's
you want me to
okay.
break it?
No, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You're gonna whip it up anyway.
Oh. Okay.
And then the last one we're gonna do is just the yolk.
Just the yolk.
So I'm gonna.
So do you do it in the shell or do you do your fingers?
I do both.
Perfect.
It depends. If I'm doing 100 eggs, I'm gonna use my fingers, or I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Take it forever.
All right, so you're gonna whisk that up.
Whisk that up?
Whisk
Okay, no
that up.
problem.
And then we're gonna add. We've got some nice Parmesan shavings here.
Doesn't matter how
You
much
could
is
use.
this.
No. We're gonna add this in and crumple it up a little bit. And
Come
that's
on.
gonna be your sauce. That's it. And pepper.
Do you see how easy this is at home?
Easy.
Like, it's not
Yeah.
hard. And so you can make craft dinner, and sometimes I even make craft dinner because it's good. But you can do this. It's 2 ingredients. There's cheese and eggs in here.
See right here. Can you put it over here?
This is awesome. Look, eggs and cheese. As simple as
Eggs,
that.
cheese, and pepper. And so I'm not putting salt in yet because we're
Okay.
going to season salt at the end because the guanciale is very salty.
Salty.
So you want to be able to adjust that when you're making it, right? So
Okay.
finish at the end. If we need to
Yeah.
add a little bit of salt, we can.
Okay.
Well, look, that's it. So once the pasta is cooked, we're going to add that in. We're going to finish, and that's it.
Okay,
That's
I gotta
it.
see.
I
gotta
know,
see
I
this.
know, I know,
It's
I
hard
know.
to believe.
I know. Magic of all things kitchen door and
Uh-huh.
Chit Shop.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, any other exciting things going on?
Any other exciting things going on?
What do you like to cook at home? You said you have a son,
I do have a son,
and he's a foodie like you.
You know what?
Did he inherit some of it?
Okay. I don't. I'm hoping he will, because the way I look at food, I love food.
Yeah.
And I think that food is a thing that should be enjoyed. So I'm trying to teach him to appreciate food. I'm trying to teach him to taste food. Try everything
Yeah.
at least once. Put it in your mouth. Close your eyes. Taste it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what food should be. Food brings together family,
It does.
friends.
It does.
You think of every major event in your life, there's always food.
Food. And hopefully good food.
And hopefully good food.
Because if it's bad food, they talk about it a lot.
Oh, yeah, not
Do you remember
good.
that party when they had that really bad potato salad? No, it's totally the way. But our rule in our house is 5 times.
Five
so you don't
times?
get away until you've tried it 5 times.
Yeah, that's a good
And my
rule.
son is a super foodie. My daughter is not as good along
Mm-hmm.
the way. She's a grazer, like fruit and cheese, that kind of stuff. But it's like not a pasta lover. We don't make a lot of pasta because she
Interesting.
doesn't love it. But anyway, okay. So we are almost ready.
Let's bring in some more friends.
Let's bring in some more friends. Are we ready to come back?
And
And
we
we
have
can chat a
basic-
little bit more about Jester,
In the
and we're going to
comment
finish the
section,
dish.
We
Yeah.
basically have almost every
Person comment?
pub cover band in the city is watching. Bruce
Is that right?
Gilmore, you get Adam Driscoll. Lots of people watching.
You can keep that on. We're not quite
Okay.
ready yet.
All
You're
right,
going to
perfect.
plate this up with me.
Carolyn
perfect.
Bishop says, "You need to know how lucky I am to have Paul as a husband."
Oh, look at that!
Ah,
Oh, you're not playing. You guys just do.
You're just going to come in and chat. Good job.
nice. Nice.
It's not all about the music. It is actually, though. I'm kidding.
All right, I gotta put
Not all but the food.
Okay, so talk a little bit more.
The smell.
So, how did you all get together? How did this all happen?
Well,
You just hang out with cool people?
We've
You
all
just
been friends
sat
forever,
down,
right?
like,
I mean, me
drink
and
beer
Jamie and
day?
Paul used to blow up our high school gym together.
Yeah, so we did all the bad stuff back in the day,
That
right?
might be a whole other episode.
Yeah.
I feel like I gotta point out though, this is what it's like to go to dinner at Paul's house.
Oh, is
This
it?
is exactly.
this is yeah.
Next time I get invited.
Yeah, okay.
that's the
So,
deal?
6 bottles of wine and the lights are a little lower. Other than that, it's exactly the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have them in whisk and eggs and thrown cheese in it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Any go-to wines? Any favorites?
You know what?
Okay, move over to the side. I'm going to just
You want,
test the noodles.
you want honesty from me?
Yeah.
I go to the liquor store and I walk through and I try
If you
to.
buy by the label,
I just buy whatever is under $20, and I take it home and try it. And if it's good, I'll buy it again. If it's not, I won't.
you're hilarious.
It's simple.
My husband says, "Oh, that has a really nice label. She
Nice.
might like the label on
Works
that
too.
wine."
Yeah.
It's a very bad way to buy wine.
Nice artwork.
Yeah.
Nice artwork.
But there are
That's
some that, like,
basically-
I bought some wines that were based on the label, like the red guitar and a couple.
Where it used to be used to like Valpolicella.
Yeah,
Oh,
Valpolicella.
yes, Matthew,
Which would
there's
go
a
with
whole
this.
bunch of
Just
them.
like things that you can
Look at
say.
you, good
Yeah,
now.
that's right.
That's it.
I think it sounds Italian.
I like it if it comes in a box.
So we have one.
Cardboardo. That's right.
So we have, other than me, we have one person here that's not from the east coast of Canada originally. So how did this
Oh
happen?
yeah, yes. Well, I actually visited here 2 years ago now, I guess, for the first time with my sister because she was out here several times and always went on and on about how she loved Halifax, and I was like, Halifax. But
Halifax, the best place in the world.
well, yeah, and then so I loved it, and I just obviously loved the music scene and everything. So I went actually to the lower deck when we were here, and Signal Hill was playing, and I just felt like super inspired, and I was like, I really want to do this as my career. So that's kind of how it works. And
And then you taught yourself how to play guitar.
I taught myself how to play guitar, and yeah.
You taught yourself how to play guitar?
Well,
Yeah.
there's a little more to the story. She's being a little modest. I mean, her and her sister came to see Signal Hill. They sat in the front row, and I don't know, like something struck me that they were musicians. I don't know, it's the way they were reacting to things. And I talked to her sister, and I was like, "You guys musicians?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, you should hear her sing. You should check our YouTube page." And if I had a nickel for how many times people said that to me, right? Same, right?
Yeah.
And I go to this YouTube page. There's like 1.5 million views. And it's just videos that she just did for fun.
That's awesome.
It's on the page right now. It's on the screen.
Woo!
Yeah.
Adam's very techie. It's
Well,
right
all
here.
the Jester videos, I think we're gonna put there too.
Yeah,
right?
we're
That's what
gonna
you
put them on my YouTube as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So.
awesome.
And it's just like, you should do this for a living, which she never considered.
I like, yeah.
You
I
do
just
this for
I
a
always-
living?
Yeah.
It's like being a chef for a living, right?
And that's,
Same
and that's
thing.
where it came from, and she took every bit of advice that came to her, and then started getting up and playing with you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then now you guys play. When's your next show? You're
This Saturday.
Saturday.
At the Lower Deck.
Yep.
as a duo, right? Like
Yeah.
you fill in for
I'll
Corey.
play a matinee at the Lower Deck, 5:30 to 8:30 on Fridays and Saturdays.
Oh, awesome.
Sometimes Corey Tepper plays with me, but
Yeah.
Corey's away a lot.
Corey's
So
awesome.
we started getting Laura to come in and play the matinees man Saturday afternoon.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good Saturday afternoon, Ginger.
It is.
Patty and I. Yeah, Ginger and I. All right, so we've got the pasta. We've coated it with all that lovely fat that's been rendered off the guanciale.
And can I mention that you also poured in some stock?
I just
Or
poured in
not
the
stock,
pasta
sort of
water.
pasta water, because
Yeah.
pasta water helps the sauce adhere to
It
the
does,
pasta.
and we're gonna add probably a little bit more as my guess. I know he's just so knowledgeable.
brains.
I think you're gonna be a co-host. I really think that's what's gonna happen.
I mean,
This is my new
All
favorite
right,
show.
so here's your secret.
Okay.
You ready for the
I gotta
secret?
see this done.
Eggs, cheese.
Eggs and cheese.
All right, you
And
ready?
you can't use mozzarella in it, right? It'll go all
No.
freaky.
Okay, so we're gonna add it in. The noodles have cooled down a bit. If you put these in when the noodles were super hot right out of the pot, you're gonna scramble the
Scramble
eggs.
The eggs. I watch cooking
So you
shows
don't-
too, guys.
well, that's why
She
I was
knows.
worried about that.
She knows.
God.
All right, so watch this. All right, we're
worried
gonna
about-
probably need a little bit more stock, as my guess, or a little more pasta water. We're gonna add that in,
Oh, here it is.
and we're just gonna move it around.
You just
Okay.
dumped it all in?
Yeah. So
I missed
watch.
the actual dump.
Yeah, just dump.
That's
So
just
we're gonna
cool.
the dump. The big. So watch. Look at the bottom. See how it's getting all luscious in there?
Yeah.
So let's do a 1 ladle of sauce in there. 1 ladle of sauce, and you can see how creamy the noodles. It's starting to adhere. Here you go. Perfect. And we're gonna add a little bit more cheese in there, which is gonna also help with the creaminess. So
Can never have
again,
too much
no, but look at the sauce on the bottom. Looks like cream, not cream. Look at that. Look at that.
Seriously.
Seriously? Epic. So you've got
It is epic.
and when you do pasta, you always want a little bit of sauce on the bottom. So if you go to a restaurant and you eat pasta out of a bowl and there's no sauce on the bottom, they've overcooked it and they've underdressed it. You always want a little bit.
Or
So-
it's out of our heat
No
lamp
tip
for
for you.
15
or
minutes.
15 or 20 minutes, right? And the bowl's too hot to touch.
Well, they
when the
screwed your
bowl's too,
salad up.
under the heat lamp as well. Somebody's a picky eater. No.
Somebody's
All right, somebody's a picky eater. So I'm gonna do a little quick taste, see if we need a little seasoning.
Is this for real? Like, we're gonna actually eat this?
We're gonna eat this right
Like,
now.
we didn't have supper for. Like,
You know what?
I should have made more.
Should have made more.
You know what? I'm not really a picky
That's
eater.
how they survive going around
But
doing different
I just believe when you go to a restaurant, you should have it should be good
I'd say it
food,
was a
whether
good
it's
It should
fancy
be
or
better
not.
than you can make at home.
Yes.
Is my which is
And
hard.
I'm a big believer that if you make good food, fancy or not fancy, people will come from everywhere to eat it. When you put it in your mouth and you need to go, that's good, and people will come from anywhere. to eat
I was
that
always a
food.
big fan of your mother.
You know what I'm
You're
saying?
hilarious. All right, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go off, and this is what it's gonna look like when it's done. You're gonna sing a song, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna eat this.
Nice.
Do you like that?
Looks beautiful.
Is that exactly how you would do it at home?
Exactly how I would do it at home.
Okay. So are we gonna do the chit chat now? or-
You know,
Okay.
This is like
Bang
Your
on!
numbers are
9:29. Patty is on target.
Nice.
there though. It's not, but I mean that was better because if
Oh, it's 9:25.
No, it's good, though.
Oh, whatever.
so you want to
Okay.
get rid of them or something?
Stop it.
Wow, that was
I would eat.
Okay. So we're gonna do. You watch the show till the end, and I'm not gonna test you because some people have come on the show and not really watched.
1 second. We should ask when you guys playing? When's
Oh,
Jester
yeah,
playing?
when's
When's the
Jester
dates?
playing?
Tell me
Tell
about
us.
Jester.
Totally
before we
forgot
do
about that.
September. Yes, we play our first show September 15th at Shooters. So
Enfield.
$10 ticket.
We're gonna go and walk home to Junior.
We'll get together a bus for you if you need a ride out.
That's true.
She lives there.
There's a bunch of you guys.
Well, it's our first, like, we're on the bill, like, because we
Right,
actually
first
sat
time.
in with Rec House. So if you see
Yeah.
videos of Jester around, those are from when we sat in.
Okay.
I was
with
playing at the
Jester
lower
at
deck.
Lower
Yeah,
Deck.
I was
Okay.
at the lower deck for a couple of
Okay.
weeks, and
But we haven't had
these
a
guys
show
came down. We played
really.
a set.
Full
That's
show.
awesome.
And where did the name come from?
Yeah. Where'd the yeah.
It's just for fun. It was her idea, I think.
Oh,
but
it was just her.
Yeah.
It's just her.
Jester.
She's a joke.
Actually,
She's kind of fruity.
Just
like,
She is. She said, she actually came to us and said, I want to call the band Jester. She just said, "Good job." And we said, we're in.
And they were like,
We're in. Sign me up.
I should say that my father was in a band years ago, and it was called Jester, and I thought it was a really cool name.
Yep.
And we threw it around, and yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. All right, I'm gonna go plate. We're gonna get this garbage out of front of them so they can support. And then when we come back, we're gonna eat and we'll have a little special something for you.
Perfect.
Chef Paul.
Wow.
Yeah, Chef.
Right.
cool.
All right.
Yes,
You
ready?
can play in your apron or you can take it
I'm
off.
ready.
Yeah, at least someone's ready. Isn't the way it always is with you get with your bands?
Pretty well. Yeah, it's my job.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm very excited.
live from Bedford,
Live.
Jester.
One night only.
One night only. One song only.
I got the hat on order from Amazon.
You guys are good to go.
All right, here we go.
What song we doing? Oh yeah, I got it. I got it.
No?
Yeah.
That's a bad sign.
No, it's gonna be good. Count us in.
2, 3, 4.
I've been wandering around the house all night, wondering what the hell to do. Yeah, I'm trying to concentrate, but all I can think of is you. Well, the phone don't ring 'cause your friends ain't home. I'm tired of being all alone. Got the TV on 'cause
I was singing along. Nobody heard me, but I was singing along.
Mhm.
You heard me? Did you? Oh, good. Good to know. So we've got some pasta.
Pass. Okay, I gotta put this.
Oh,
to
yeah. Go
Albert.
put it and come back and give it a try and let me know what you think.
I am just ready because I don't have anything to put away. So
Might have chilled off a little bit during the musical interlude, but
That was
that's okay.
excellent.
That looks. Oh, and you put some more Parmesan cheese over the
I
top.
put a little bit more parm. Pick whatever one you want.
cool.
There you go.
Oh, for you, Laura.
I'll do the whole.
For you.
You can do the whole
Thank you
screen.
so much.
There's extra here. Okay.
Extra.
That's for you guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nice.
So you watched the end of the show. Anybody watch the end of the show?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a thing we do here.
Okay.
We have to say chit chat chop 5 times fast.
Oh, I did see this.
Ooh.
But we're not talking like chit chat chop, chit chat chop.
Okay.
We gotta get the lips going.
Cha-cha-cha. Shit.
Yeah. But
Is this
before
a
I do
race?
that, I have an honorary chef certificate for Chef Paul Lamb,
Nice.
who has been schooled in the art of pasta carbonara
Woo!
on Chit Chat Chop. Frame
Thank
it
you
and
so
put it
much.
on your wall, baby.
Excellent.
Woo!
Try some months.
Thank you.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
so before your first bite,
Awesome.
we're gonna do. Adam's gonna count us down. Chit Chat Chop 5 times fast. Next week, Keith MacArthur, Stream Financial. Very much looking forward to it. Keith, I don't know what we're gonna make yet, but man, it's gonna be epic.
Nice.
We've got all sorts of fun things, which we'll tell you about. But really, we're gonna say Chit Chat Chop 5 times fast, and we're gonna eat this carbonara before it gets cold.
Ready?
Yeah.
It's gonna be fast. 3, 2, 1.
Chit Chat Chop, 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 Chit Chat Chop. Woo! Good job. Thank you so much. Tune in next week. Thanks for joining.
Woke up this morning with a feeling all on summer blood.